Welcome to Busy Central launch event about 2024 release Wave 2. My name is Aleksandar Totovic and I will try to explain what is new in sustainability management for this release. You will see first I will remind you about some basic things about introduction because we just started previous wave with this new feature. After that I will explain what is new here to make some small overview, and then the most of the time I will demo all these new features here. On the end I will just take few minutes, maybe just 1 minute, to explain our current market position about this module and Busy Central. Okay, what plans we had when we started? We wanted first to build a sustainability feature embedded inside the Busy Central. Idea was to have a new feature for all Busy Central existing users, for future users, but again, idea was to make some sustainability for SMBs feature for non-Busy Central users at all, so it can be used without any other feature in Busy Central. Idea was to provide dynamic calculations, to make it easier for calculating emissions, to provide better visualization, to have some basic APIs, to make some forecast. And with the future releases, we will plus add some additional features required for reporting about waste and water management. But idea was to make proper collaboration tool for ISV. So we enabled APIs. We try to encourage our partners to build their industry-specific vertical solutions. So it was our main plan. You can find all our documentation, aka MS BCESG. So everything what is done so far is there, explained in details. So let's remind how did we start just 6 months ago. We decided to start just with fundamentals. We didn't want to try to deliver everything in one wave. This is not possible. We wanted to build proper foundational part, so fundamentals will be good enough to enable us for building new advanced features on this module. So what we provide a chart of sustainability accounts where you can define your emissions across the scope 1, 2, or 3. Then you had categories and subcategories with embedded formulas. You can eventually add your own formulas there. You can extend it. You can define what emissions you want to track. If you have emission factors, you can define them on subcategories. Then we had sustainability journals, both standard and recurring. And when you post, everything what you had in your journals will finish in sustainability ledger entries. We provided additional 3 reports with the Excel layouts to make it easier for tracking progress, to see what you are doing about sustainability, and to make it easier, as this is definitely a new area for the most, I think absolutely majority of users. We provided proper demo data so you can start testing immediately. And now let's see what we deliver this way, because there are a lot of questions. Okay, if we will stop only with fundamentals, and we promised we will not stop, we want to enable new features. And with this wave, how we decided what we'll deliver. We made a lot of research, what is the most important for partners, for customers, and we couldn't deliver everything, of course, in one wave, but we made some order, what is the most important, and we try to go this way. First, we deliver new role center, sustainability manager, you will see. So now if you are a dedicated person for sustainability things, you will have your own role center. It will be much easier for you to work with these features. Then we added forecast elements this time, scorecards and goals. Plus, we connected sustainability module much more with the standard Busy Central ERP features, because it was a question earlier, why you have everything separated. As I said, we wanted to build good foundational part, but now we are connected with other features as well. So one of first was, if you have emissions on your incoming invoice, why to go to sustainability journal? So now you can just open your purchase invoice or purchase order and you can enter your emissions immediately there. Plus, with the purchase documents, we enable buying purchase credits. So you can buy purchase credit and immediately decrease your emissions in a system. Then we added some new calculation in sustainability. So as many of users will like to report not different gases, but just carbon equivalent. Now we added recalculation from other gases to carbon dioxide equivalent. Plus we additionally added internal carbon fee, because this is required in some regulation, and I saw that in some other regulations will come very soon. So you can easily calculate your internal carbon fee based on your setup. Plus, we extended reporting capabilities. This time we didn't make new reports, but we added sustainability entries in financial reports. So now you can easily find sustainability entries in financial reporting. I will show this in a demo. Plus, we added a small feature about sustainability certificates on vendors and items. This is something what can you help in working in some regular job. And not in major. This is something what will come in 25.1. We will update demo data tool. So now you have all demo data for previous features, but for all these nice, great new features, updated demo tool will come in November 25.1. So make a first glance on the role center. You will see in the first place what you can find there. You can find master data related with the ESG, documents and journal reports, analysis. Then a lot of KPIs, different KPIs from daily and monthly emissions, realized emissions versus baselines or versus targets, tracking all three different emissions plus additional insights through charts with emission per scope and gas. Then we have purchase documents, as I mentioned, and what is important. We didn't want to make any difference for users who will not use sustainability features at all, or for the user who do not want to use sustainability features into purchase documents. So when you open Business Central, you will not see any difference. It will be business as usual. But if you want to use sustainability features into purchase documents, you need to go to Sustainability Setup and to Files and Procurement Fast tab, use emissions in purchase documents. Once you enable, you can easily find all necessary information in your purchase lines. Okay, now I want to show you this in a demo. Okay, now as I said, we have this new beautiful Role Center Sustainability Manager. You can find a lot of important information. For example, here in headline, you have daily KPIs comparing your carbon footprint, today carbon footprint with yesterday. Then you have activities in this month about all three gases emissions in current month. Then your goals realized percentage for all three gases and comparing with your targets and realize versus baseline. I will explain you now how you will get this information. And plus, we have these insights with the nice charts. Okay, but now focusing on these goals here, how we have them. We have sustainability scorecards. You can define as many scorecards as you want. I will use this one. This is very simplified table. You just need to configure name and number and who is owner. If you want to configure owner, you need to have marked sustainability manager field for this user. So this is only one important thing for using to be owner in sustainability scorecard. Then for each of sustainability scorecards, you can define sustainability goals. Again, you can define as many goals as you want. There is no limitation. Only one can be main. And when I say only one, not only one per scorecard, only one in company can be a main goal. And now let's look this one. I have goal for Q2 2024, and I have baseline in the first quarter, and the second quarter I have starting and ending date. So now what I have for baseline automatically calculated for what I have in a sustainability entries in this first quarter for the three gases, and then I have current values for this between start and ending date here. This is how system calculated realize versus baseline. But plus, yes, we have unit of measure, but plus you have here place there manually can be entered target value for this period. So you have three different. You have baseline in previous period or period you want to track. Then you have what is the current, what is already posted, and what is target for your current period. And this is place where you can configure if this is main goal or not. Only details from main goal will be shown on your role center. So this is first part what we have. And yes, one small thing, as you can imagine, maybe you will have dozens of different goals. You can click show my goals or show all goals. So it can be easily if you have different responsibility persons related with sustainability. So this is about role center and part of forecasting. Let's look in additional calculations. Now we have emission fees new page table where you can configure for each of emission types. You can set again starting date, ending date, and yes, you can configure per different country, per different responsibility center, or for whole company. So you can make combination, and for each of them, for carbon, you can define carbon fee. This is internal calculation, and you can define specific carbon equivalent factors. So now we have for carbon to carbon equivalent is all the time 1, and this is something what we enter ourselves. So if I add, for example, different for additional country, I want, for example, to add for United States, and I can say, okay, for example, emission fee is 35. So this is possible to be used. What is important? Maybe we started, as you maybe started with the previous features without having emission fees, and now you want to update existing entries because you didn't have this functionality earlier. So now, if I click Update Carbon Fees, system will update all existing, actually all, depends on filter you will use, but I will use for all of them. And if I say OK, what I will get here, carbon fee emission updated 34 from 34 entries. So now I have emission fee already here. And if I look in entries, you will see that we have updated carbon fee here, and plus we have carbon equivalent emission. For carbon equivalent emission, that means we have complex formula using all these coefficients in emission fees to recalculate for each of entries, especially if you can have much more complicated. For example, here we have not only for carbon, we have for methane, for other gases. So system need to recalculate for all of them. Okay, now let's make a look what we have in our purchase documents. If you look in the purchase documents, you can see we have not only sustainability, but we have some finance things here as well, and we have purchase. When you look in the sustainability, you will see all new existing features and new features are here. Let's make a different approach. We will not click here on purchase invoices, even if we can do it, but as you can see, we have ongoing purchase. We have more purchase documents, purchase invoices, for example. We have 5, but here you can see only 2. Why 2? System will show in these tiles only purchase documents related with somehow with the sustainability. So if you have a regular purchase, these purchase documents, invoices, orders will not be visible in these tiles. So this is much easier for users who are working with sustainability. They will see only documents related with sustainability. But first, do not forget you need to have enable a usage of purchase documents in sustainability setup. And now I have, for example, electricity. I got invoice from my power plant. And what I need to do? I need to add sustainability account number. This is purchase electricity. And then, okay, regular, I need to put my cost, what I have on invoice. And here I have emissions. Depends what you got in invoice. If you have emissions for different gases, you can add for all of them. You can see there are all 3 gases here. But if you got only for carbon dioxide, you can enter only for carbon dioxide. If you look in a preview posting, this is a regular document, but you have sustainability ledger entries here in find entries. So you will see everything is here. Document type now will not be empty. This is invoice, as this is related with invoice. And you will see all these details. Emissions will be as we have in a document. What I wanted to emphasize here, emissions will, when you enter here emission, it will be total emission for this line. But we have fields, emission per unit of measure. So if you have, for example, items or something different, or you have 10 here, system will, you will enter full emission amount, but system will calculate per unit of measure. Additional purchase document I want to show you is about carbon credit. Before going to posting carbon credit, I just want to show how you need to mark carbon credit. We will open this one. This is standard item, you can see, I just have description carbon credit 3 metric tons of carbon dioxide. And you will find here sustainability fast tab. What you need to do, you need to mark this is greenhouse gases credit, and you need to enter how much you need to measure, because this is 3 metric tons, but in sustainability setup, we said that we are tracking per kilogram. So we need to say, okay, this one piece of carbon credit is about 3,000 of kilograms. So you do not need to enter nothing manually in the documents. You just need to say, okay, I bought 1 or 3, and system will automatically calculate based on this information how much you will decrease. So now you can see here carbon credit. I have again sustainability account number. This is about carbon credit. And then system automatically calculates what we have on our item card. Again, we can post or show post in preview. If we post a document, we can see here, find entries. And again, we will have sustainability ledger entry. This time, document type will be greenhouse gas credit. And we have all these details as for any other entry. But what is important here, in emission carbon, you have in minus. So what is important? You do not need to enter minus in a document. You just need to enter a regular number. System will automatically, when system recognizes this is credit, system will automatically post this with a minus value in your sustainability ledger entry. What else I wanted to show you this time? Reporting capabilities. As I mentioned, now we have in financial reporting. I created one report for you. So I have here ESG report. I first wanted to show you how it looks like in a raw definition. This is very simplified one. I have emission scope 1 here, and what we added in totaling types, I have now sustainability accounts. And I enter filter from 1100 to 11999, and the row type did not change, but in amount types we can use carbon equivalent and carbon fee. So we can use these two options for reporting. Then I have for emission 2, emission 3, carbon credit. Here, as we bought some carbon credit, then we are using formulas, emission fee. As I said, this is carbon fee. Then what I'm using here, I want to show, because in the future reporting for CSRD and some other regulatory reports, you need to use some other information, not only from sustainability entries. There are some important information you can use, statistical accounts, you can use from financials. So you can enter, for example, number of employees. You can put your revenue from posting accounts. And now I want to calculate emission per employee per revenue. This is just one example. So once when you run this, you can see, okay, I have emissions per this period, per previous period. I have everything calculated properly. Number of employees, you can see different number per different period, and the revenue. And now I have emission per employee, emission per revenue. So you can use, this is just one of examples, but you can get much more capabilities for reporting. We will continue to invest in reporting. Maybe a little bit different, but this is definitely something what we are looking for the future about sustainabilities. And what I wanted to show on the end, I mentioned we have certificates. Certificates is not something specifically that you can use. You can use for any type of certificates for vendor or for items. For example, if this item is top green without using any emission in production, you want to know this because you want to know what you are selling. The same situation is if your vendor is carbon negative. You can configure that this vendor is number one, the best in sustainability, in ESG, so you can use for many different things. This is on you how you will use certificates. You can use standard certificate using your search or your role center, and you can define if this certificate is for item or for vendor. But you can create directly from item or vendor card. So currently I do not have. If I click new, you will see type is automatically populated with the item. If I do this from vendor side, system will automatically pre-populate the vendor. Now I can say, okay, this is green, name, green certificate. I have some area I already created. So now we have additional tables with the area. We have additional with the standard. So you can choose different areas. So you can group them based on what you want to track. You can keep different standards. If issuer, contorso. And now, if this certificate has some value, so if you are tracking, for example, about emissions or something like that, whatever you want to track, you can enter. If you do not want, it will be empty. But if you want, if it has value, you can choose has value, and then you can enter, for example, 5, and you can add. This is basic small feature and applicable both items and vendors. So this is what I wanted to show you the demo. There are small things here and there. You will see much more when you start to test. But now I want to come back to my presentation and to show one more thing. And this is what I wanted to show you. Call for action in general for you. Now this is not that we have this functionality embedded in a Busy Central. Yes, we already started previous wave. Now we enrich this functionality. We will continue with investment in sustainability features. But what is important here? A few months ago, Busy Central has been added to Microsoft Cloud for Sustainability. So now, if you go, you have this link. When you go to Microsoft Cloud for Sustainability, you can find our bigger solution for enterprises, Microsoft Sustainability Manager. This is for big functionality for big enterprises. But now, as a solution for SMBs or SMCs, you can find Microsoft Dynamics 365 Busy Central as well. So here you can see you can directly go to our documentation, you can read. So this is important. This is now not only for Busy Central users, so any user who is trying to find some solution only for sustainability, even if they are not focused on ERP at all, they can find Busy Central as a sustainability option. So this is my last message I wanted to share with you in this session. So you are more than welcome to try to test all these features in preview, as the majority of them, actually all of them except demo data will come with a major version 25. Demo data will come with the next minor 25.1, so you can easily test all these new features. Thank you.